Okay, so we did the first day of ayahuasca. Interesting experience. Not what I expected, but that's okay. It wasn't, I tried not to have expectations, so that tracks. Next morning, obviously, we got home late. We had talked to someone who went the week before, and she said that she and her husband had, they didn't vomit the whole time, neither one of them. They both had great experiences, and they went to yoga every day during the week. Good for them. I don't know how they did that. Actually, to be honest, you don't need that much sleep there. I don't know why. I don't know. I guess because you're on drugs or something, but you didn't really need that much sleep. It was very zen. It was very peaceful and calm. But I also didn't want to really exert myself. So, I was on vacation too. So we didn't go to yoga the next day. I don't think we didn't go to yoga for the rest of the week until the last day. So, but it's there. You can go. I do a lot of yoga, so I didn't really need it. I guess if you don't do yoga in your life, then it probably is good to move the stuff around. And, because your body it takes a toll on you to be up all night and to be purging. So we didn't go to yoga, got up, had our wonderful breakfast. We jumped in the pool every day because our favorite thing was the pool. That pool was amazing. It was a saltwater pool. It was so beautiful. It was so clear. The water was so clear. The sky was so blue. Everything's heightened. So all of or at least for me and my friend, everything's heightened. Your senses are heightened. You're super aware of everything. Everything's so beautiful. Remember, I went up to a tree. It was a cool tree, and I touched the tree. Oh, look at that tree. Who doesn't want to go through life like that? It was awesome. So just feeling really good, smiling. We went to the spa. You can do, it has a steam room. It doesn't have a sauna, but it has, you can do a clay mask or a mud mask. And they have a hot and a cold plunge. So my friend and I did the mud, and which was appropriate because we felt like, there had been so much poop going around that it was just appropriate to smear mud on us as if we were just engulfed in poop. I mean, I felt great. I was so, my body felt so good, and I was so light and free of everything, literally and figuratively, and just felt really great. Not that I want to poop that much, but I do wish I felt like that all the time. So we enjoyed that, and then and again, I'm going to read my journal after I do all of these summary videos, so there'll be more detail in those about specifically what happened. So I'm not going to catch everything. I'm not going to remember everything, but I'll remember the high points. So it was a second night of ayahuasca. I'm not going to lie. Second night, every night actually, I was nervous going in. I don't want to say anxiety. I don't want to say, it's a mix of anticipation and excitement. What's going to happen? And, you hear what other people are going through and you're just like, I don't want that. But if that happens, okay. Because it sounds like people are going through things when they're purging, especially vomiting and crying and moaning. It sounds awful. It sounds really, really awful. But then you talk to those same people the next day, and they either tell you no, they actually had a great experience, which is hard to comprehend, or they tell you that yes, the vomiting was not enjoyable, but it was a relief when they were done. So they were letting go of something, not just obviously what was physically inside of them, but they were letting go of, they oftentimes learned something about themselves or their relationship with other people, or they were holding some guilt or some burden or something and they were able to release that. And it was so relieving when it was done. And those people went back the next night. And I always just admired those people because, I mean, every night I was like, I don't think I want to do this. I don't think I want to go. But every night I went. And every night they went. And that blew my mind even more because, wow, that's so brave. That's so brave to face your demons or face these difficult challenges you'd experienced. You just experienced it 12 hours ago or maybe 8 hours ago. And, you know, they go back for more. And so anyway, so it was our second night. So we do the same thing. We get in line. And the first couple nights they say, okay, well, if you know that you don't need more, a second cup or a third cup, if you don't hear them call for the second cup or you can't get up to get the second cup, and I know, or the third cup, and I know that sounds crazy. You physically can't get up. Sometimes you physically can't get up. I mean, it's, the first night I didn't understand that. But the second night, I don't know if it was a different mixture, a different blend, or if it was just stronger in some way, or if it was, I don't know. But, yeah. The second night, it started pretty quickly that things started happening. So my night started off the same, took the cup, sat in the bed, laid down after a while. After a while, I said, you know what? Go to the bathroom. All right, let's do this like last night. I went out to the hammock, look at the stars. You know, if this is how it's going to be for me, this is good. I'm glad I'm doing it, but kind of boring. So wound up falling asleep in the hammock. Had to go to the bathroom. Got my bucket. So I open my eyes. I'm like, all right, here we go. And I go to get off the hammock and whoa, what? This is not the same as last night. Oh my God. Everything's moving and there's a colored pattern in front of everything. And my body just won't go. It's like I'm swimming in this sea of colorful patterns and geometry. It was like you see in a movie. It was so crazy. And so I'm like, as soon as I get off the hammock, I'm like, whoa, okay, we got to do this. We got to do this. We're going to walk to the Maloka. We're going to do this. So I'm with my bucket. I'm like, I'm going to get there. I'm going to get there. All right. So I'm swimming through this sea of patterns and I get to the bathroom. I'm like, okay, I'm at the bathroom. I sit and everything's patterns all over the place. I'm like, wow, I feel like I'm on the Monkeys or something. This is crazy. Wow, this is what they're talking about. This is what my friend was talking about yesterday that she saw. So, pretty cool. I'm like, all right, this is cool. So, go to the bathroom, get up. Now I'm like, I'm going to bed because I need to lay down. I shouldn't be walking around. So I go to bed and I lay down. And I drift off a little bit, and the details of what I saw are, again, in the journal, and I'll go through that later. But in a high-level nutshell, I lay down, and I hear music, and I'm like, oh, that's nice, and I start to see all these different hallucinations of, I don't know, memes of boots, and they start growing up to the heavens, and colorful vines are all over them, and flowers and beautiful things, and it's so gorgeous. And I'm seeing just different geometric shapes and patterns, and they start to get weird and melt and all kinds of stuff. And I was like, oh, this is it. This is cool. And they tell you, don't get stuck in the cool stuff. That's where people want to stay and see the cool stuff. You got to really ask the hard questions because you really got to learn about what's holding you back in life, and you really got to learn what you're there for. So right at that moment, though, I'm digging the cool stuff.